So Nancy, if we can, we're gonna go live. I will run some tests with you so we can just make sure we are live and make sure we can hear us. Hello everyone, we are here. Run some tests with you so we can just make sure Waffles is ready. She got her sidekick position. Hello Suzanne. Hi Marika. Hi Barbara. Hi Mary. Hi Susan. My gosh. Hi everyone. Where are you all coming from? I am in my living room in Waipahu, Hawaii. And let me put my phone here so I can see comments. Hi Cheryl. Hello Janine. Good morning, Becky. It is so nice to have, oh my gosh, Michigan. It's so nice to see everybody. This is super cool. So I haven't done a home live in a while. When COVID first kicked in, we made a studio. Oh, there's Waffles right there. You can see her little head. She has been such a help. Every time I go to Zoom or I go on Facebook Live, she'll always just come and sit down like she knows that's my job. Hi, Joy. Hello, Amy. So today is going to be a little bit different. I wanted to show you some kits that we made that are Hawaii themed. Talk about the I don't know, have you guys been to Hawaii before? Hi Rini, hi Debbie, hi Alicia, hi Merle. So exciting to have everybody here. Hi June. Okay. I really want to say hi and aloha to everyone. So right up to this point, I was freaking out. Oh my gosh. Nancy's here in the house with me today because I needed some extra help, not just with the lighting, the camera, the setup, and the samples, but someone just to kind of like sit on the side. So Nancy, can you stick your head in over here right behind me and say hi? And Nancy's in the house. So if you guys have any questions or comments throughout the way, you know she will be here to help answer them. What I wanted to do today is a little bit different, is answer questions. I know. Hi, Chow. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Tracy. I want to answer some questions. If you guys have any kinds of questions about beading, technique, inspiration, symbolism, color therapy, color energies, gemstone energies. What else can I tell you? I have a list of all the gemstones that I've interacted with over the last 23 years. Those are in on our website under the gemstone drop down, so you can refer to those if you ever have questions. Oh, yes, come back to Hawaii, Janine. Hi, Momo-chan. Um, And I really, really would like to hear from you guys. If there's anything you're going through or anything that you want to talk about, I will do my best to answer questions. Now, if you want to talk about storage and how to store your beads, you want to know how to know if you're getting a good Tahitian pearl. I mean, I have stories that can continue probably at least 23 years worth of stories. And if you want a gemstone consult, I will do my best today because this is an open hour. I do have some kits I want to show you because I wanted you to feel connected to us when you're wearing something with a pineapple. So let me show you. Because the pineapple jewelry, the Monstera jewelry, all of that is super um, connecting, I think, and it reminds you. It's like why we wear jewelry, right? For the adornment and to remind us of what we are here for. So we have a lot of things to show you today. Not that much. We probably can go kind of quick about that. Pat, if you have any questions about the gems, let me know. Janine, yes, let's do something. Yeah, if you have a specific question, like something you're going through and you want to know what kind of gemstone is good to wear. I don't know if I can answer every question because sometimes I've done these and there's like 80 questions that'll pour out. And in that 80 question time, I was able to answer one. But if there are, I'm going to tackle them the best. So, first of all, let me just show you some of our different kits. All of these are at our website right here, kits at thebeadgallery.com at the top. And this is the new Monstera one. Tracy of TerraCast designed this, and this was on one of our sheets when we got the new products. Isn't this beautiful? She is the most wonderful designer. I got to go and meet her. Well, I've met her in person quite a few times, so luckily. And I got to go to her workplace, see her studio, and she let me do a video of her studio, how she lays it out, and that is on our YouTube. I will have to highlight that one and put it. I'll figure out how to highlight it so you can go and see Tracy's studio, her inspiration, how she organizes her beads. But she designed this, and they said I could sell it as a kit. So we did. This one is available on our website. So on our website, on the homepage, please, please, please go. I was up till 3 a.m. making it all nice for you guys. All of these kits are available, and I will talk about them if you want to know. So we do have a pineapple with a mixed gemstone. I have photos of these I want to show you. How am I going to show it to you? Let me see. Give me 1 second. And then I'm going to read the comments. It's a one-man show. So, well, actually, it's a two-lady show. I have Nancy over there manning the comments. But I do want to show you our pride and joy of us making kits with high quality things that we love. Janet has a question. Is there a cheat sheet on gemstones, what they're good for, what their energy is? Yes, we have one on our website. If you go to our gemstone drop down on the top navigation bar, you can go and grab it over there and read it over there. Now, just remember, those are my personal interactions with those gems. So I want to make sure that you know that a lot of the way that the gemstones work is that they don't really, how do you say, they don't interact and behave the same for every single person. It's like having a best friend. Your best friend doesn't interact with you the way she does with her mom or with her coworkers, right? We all have different personalities come out at different times. So with one person, you might be super relaxed and you can't stop laughing with that friend and it brings out good humor. With another friend, you're the grounding presence. So what I would say is I can tell you a lot more about gems and the colors. We can do more lives if you want to about this, where we can focus on peaceful gems, grounding gems, protective. Because I wish I could talk more than 20 seconds, right, about each gemstone. There's about 300 that I would love to get into. So for today, I will say yes to the first one, which was we do have it on our website. And what else? Let me just look through the comments. Jump rings. Most that I get are too soft for connecting the clasp. Do you have a general gauge for jump ring to use for all around? Yes, Mary Ann, I do. That is a great question. And you may want to write this down, or I can do a blog post about it. Nancy, can you make a note to do a blog post about jump rings? Because I find that the most successful jump rings are ones that have been work hardened. And to work harden a soft jump ring, you can do it. There's a pivot point at the bottom of the jump ring where if you hold it in a specific way with two tools and you rock it back and forth, this point right here will get work hardened. The tension will increase if you work hard in it. And I do have a video on making jump rings, but I think I'll do a little blog post for you, Mary Ann, so that we can talk about that because a general gauge for a 4 millimeter jump ring is 20 gauge. 4 millimeter 20 gauge is awesome. Then in 6 millimeters, I would recommend an 18 gauge. In 8 millimeter jump rings, I recommend a 16 gauge and so on. And if you want teeny, teeny, tiny jump rings that are maybe like 2.5 millimeters, you can go down as 22 gauge because the diameter will support it if it is very, very tiny. But yeah, I will definitely do a blog post. I love that idea. Keep asking you guys because this will really help me figure out what kind of things you want to know so that I can share it. I feel like I'm in a rush in life with everything that I've learned. I really want to get it out there to you all. And it just comes out explosively. I mean, I have been beading for about 25 years, and I do think that it's important for us to share. And I want to talk about the mindful practice of getting into the pocket and the healing practices of beading. So I'll get back to that at the end. Shirley said, is it more labor intensive to drill large hole beads? It is. It takes more time to drill out a large hole bead. So a lot of times to balance out that cost factor, Shirley, they will drill out holes in cheaper material so that you can balance the labor with quality to still get a bead that's affordable. You'll rarely find a ruby with a large hole, an emerald with a large hole, unless it's a low quality one. But a high quality one, they don't want to waste the material. But let's say you want to use it, totally worth drilling. And if you have drill bit questions, you can always email us because we sell amazing drill bits. Ours are made in Europe and the US, and we've tested them for over like the last 20 years. But that is one. Color, oh, Sally says, color ideas, what colors to put together and how to, oh, that would be a good blog post. How to combine bead and color finishes. That would actually be a good live when we reopen the store. Did I tell you we're moving the store? Oh my gosh. Yeah, so we were closed for a little bit to move it. We'll reopen in a week or so. But Sally, whenever you're putting colors together, the easiest thing to do is go in your closet because you'll know what you like by your colors. Now, if you have any printed clothing that you've kept over 5, 10 years and you love it, go to those printed clothing items and start to use that as inspiration. One of the funniest things of having a bead store, people come in and say they want help picking colors. We try to help them, of course, but most of the time when they leave, we would pick up their trays and bag all their beads, and more than 75% of the time, we would look at what they're wearing that day and they had picked beads that matched their outfits. And I think that says a lot because when you wake up in the morning and you put on that outfit, you're picking something that makes you feel good. Now, if it's a uniform, that's different. But if you have the ability to pick something that makes you feel good, you want to feel protected, you're going to pick black. You want to feel strong and confident, you may pick yellow. You want to have a creative day. You want to feel wild and frisky. You might pick orange. Or maybe you need that peace and calm. So you're going to pick shades of blue. So your moods kind of dictate how you want to be seen, how you want to feel in your clothes. So let that be a good way to guide you. And that's just a really fast answer for today, but a good way to guide you when you are picking color combinations. Okay, so we got a stone for bodily energy and focus from, was that from Melita? She wanted to know a stone for bodily energy and focus. All right, let me address that. Bodily focus. So that would be something about your physicality, something that you want to feel energized by, right? You want to go out and you want to kind of like, you know, kick some butt today. You got stuff to do, you got errands to run, you got people to take care of, and you need to have that long energy that goes through, not like a shot of caffeine, because you need to make it to 9 o'clock where you go home, do laundry, and clean the house or do all those other things, right? People, I know you. I got it. So, some of the colors or the gemstones you might want to wear are tiger eye, blue, red, yellow. Those have a lot of good, positive, strong energy. Chrysocolla, oh my goodness, that is so helpful if you want to share any kind of empowerment with others throughout the day. Never forget rose quartz, rhodonite, rhodochrosite, because those are stones of nurturing and self-love. And in order to fuel ourselves through the day, we really have to connect with what it is we love to do, right? What is it that we enjoy? What powers us to get from this particular task to the next? You know, I'm sure we all feel impatient. We all feel upset at times, right? And it gets easily triggered when you are more exhausted or things aren't going your way. And this COVID stress has really put us under conditions that have tested us. So one way to combat that feeling is to make sure that you're doing things that are about loving yourself. And pink is a great reminder about love. Pink is a soft version of red. Red is about survival. So garnet, red tiger eye. I'm trying to think what other red colors there are, just off ruby. Those are all really survival type energies. It reminds you of blood. It reminds you of making sure that you are going to the next level in your life, so that we can be here, be present, and feel strong. So try wearing red gemstones. Yellow is citrine. Yellow is really good for the second chakra. So red is the first chakra. No, you can't see. I wonder if I can back up. So your chakras are energetic wheels of light. Now here, connecting you to the earth is your red chakra, the red colors of the rainbow, life, survival. Then the second one is red and then orange and then yellow. So I'm going to talk about this section right here. If you tend to cover that area when you're in public groups, it's something you want to protect. You may want to consider wearing it for strengthening, confidence building. Yellow is so wonderful to make you feel like sunshine energy, very yang energy, bright, happy, courageous. Um, and so that would be like citrine, yellow jade. I'm trying to look at over at my beads, see what I got in yellow. If I can run over there after, I can show you some other things that we have. Maybe not at the store, but at my house. Hang on one second. Okay. Cheryl asked about grading of gemstones. Grading of gemstones is a very interesting thing that I will have to blog post about because I found out from like my friends in Hong Kong and other vendors that the grading system of A, double A, triple A, quadruple A, B, C isn't like a real GIA, the Gemological Institute of America, term for actual grading. It's not like there's a scientific chart in someone's office that's federally government regulated that it matches. It is a little bit more, how would you say, subjective. So so and that's of course not like when I'm talking about diamonds, I'm talking about like these different ones. And it's almost like the word organic, where people just labeled things organic, even if they weren't, they use it as a word. Or my favorite is when people call turquoise that's not turquoise, but it's the color of turquoise, but they call it turquoise because it's the color of turquoise, even if it's a dyed howlite. And I am sarcastic because that is not my favorite thing. I feel like that is taking advantage of people who don't know yet, aren't educated. So, yes, grading of gemstones is another blog post that would be awesome. Let me see what's up with the Nancy.
Molly wants to know where you got your t-shirt.
Oh my gosh, this is the Bead Gallery t-shirt. My friend Tommy designed these. This is our tagline that I've been using for years, live, love, create. And oh my gosh, we're going to do a run of t-shirts, you know. So if you guys want to put an order in, I won't sell it to you. You can pay whatever we're paying. I think Nancy said it was like $23, $24. And but the nice part is you can choose your color, I think, and your style. So we can do V-neck, t-shirt, tank top. How can we do that? Do we need to? We can put something in the Ohana or on our page when we do an order, and we can let you know what we're doing. Yeah, that'd be awesome. We'll have like a club shirt, you guys. That'd be so exciting. Okay, so Melita, I digress, and that was a little bit about some colors you can wear for some physical energy. How to choose good pearls, and why do some pearls have a flat spot? Ooh, you guys are in luck because I am pearl crazy. Let me show you this thing real quick. So this bracelet that I'm about to show you is, hang on, I gotta find it. Here we go. So this is the Malka to Makai bracelet, and it is featuring a Tahitian pearl in the center with some wood. Now, I am also gonna do a live, you guys, about Tahitian pearls and why are they special. And I'm just gonna give you the lowdown on what the difference in freshwater pearls are and cultured pearls, because these are questions that I used to ask, and I know that you might feel the same way. And once you are familiar, it helps when you're purchasing something, right? It helps when you know what you're getting, and then you feel like you're getting the value of what's important. So, freshwater pearls versus a cultured pearl, right? A cultured pearl is any pearl that is cultured, meaning not made naturally, not made by the ocean. When the ocean makes it, a little grain of sand goes into a mollusk. The mollusk has the sand inside. The sand irritates the inside of the oyster and it creates a mucus coating to protect itself. That will build up over years into a pearl. That mucus is called nacre. That nacre, layers and layers and layers of nacre is what creates a pearl. Now, there's a guy in Japan, actually two guys at the same time that were working on this, I think in the 1800s, where they found a new technology on how to create a pearl without having to insert a piece of sand. So this is still, now these are cultured. When you take a tiny bit And one of the shells that they like is um, the Mississippi clam shell because it's really hard and really it works well, I guess, genetically with other kinds of mollusks. And so you put a teeny bit inside surgically with a lot of skill, and the the pearl starts its life. Now there's so many more steps to it. I went to Tahiti 3 times in pursuit of learning about the pearls, meeting a pearl vendor, and right before COVID hit, I had just was going to become a pearl distributor for um, a company on Raiatea. And we have to put that on hold until we can get like tourism back in and more people interested. But if I can get a shipment of pearls, of these Tahitian pearls, then I will let you guys know because we're working on it. So, what makes that individual pearl versus a freshwater pearl a little bit different? So, freshwater pearls are done in freshwater. And saltwater pearls, like the ones that are coming from like Australia, the Philippines, Tahiti, those are all saltwater. So different kinds of mollusks grow, or oysters grow in different kinds of waters, and the shells are different. The way what they eat is different, right? And everything. And so the colors that come out are also different. I really love, so the Chinese pearls are a little bit different too because they'll put in multiple tiny little bits of the starter, the seed, and they'll harvest maybe like 12 to maybe 20 pearls at a time, and they dye most of theirs because white is like probably the easiest color that you can then bleach out and then recolor. And those do not. Oh, side note, if you've ever seen those shows where they're cracking open the oyster and then you're getting a pearl that comes out and it's pink or light blue, okay, those are they already take the dead shell and they plant it in there and then they open it for your viewing pleasure, which I think is kind of fun. I grew up in Hawaii. They used to have, remember in Waikiki, they used to have those kiosks and they would sell it and oh my God, I used to beg my mom to let me do it. And she was always like, no. And I was like, please, please, please. I guess I loved pearls at a young age. My mom said the first thing I ever did was, she remembers, was I put a pearl up my nose. And I cried and cried till it came out. My own mucus got the pearl out. So mucus is very handy with pearls. Okay, so I will do another live about pearls because I want to talk to you how the baby pearls, how the baby oysters are purchased, how they're nurtured to become teenagers, how they're cleaned and put in protective cages. I can talk to you about how the sunlight comes down through the crack of the pearls that affects the colorizing. I mean, I can tell you so much because I absorbed everything about pearls, but that we'll save for another live.
Another question that I thought was interesting. Lori Brunson asks, are there any gemstones, beads, or shells that are unique to Hawaii?
Oh, yay! Thank you, Nancy. Lori Brunson, are there any gemstones, beads, or shells that are unique to Hawaii? Well, Hawaii, being where we're at, we don't have a lot of things that are indigenous to us. I'm going to show you something, side note, okay? So these are pikake. Now, pikake are a flower that we love. It's an Asian jasmine. And we love, love, love this flower. It's so beautifully scented. So we have 2 kits for that, one with crystals, one with all pikake. These are hand carved mother of pearl. Now, this mother of pearl shell is not from Hawaii. So that is one thing I'd like to point out. Most of the shells that they're getting are like from areas like the Ring of Fire near the Philippines, near the Asian continents. We have some though. We do have some shells that are coming around from the Americas, and those are like the spiny oysters. You'll see them in like the oranges and the purples. In Hawaii, we do have like vana, where you can have the spikes come off. Let me go get something and I'll show you what the spikes are that I'm talking about. These are spikes that I got in Tahiti. And then I'm going to also bring some shells from Hawaii to show you. Good thing we're at my house. I have all kinds of stuff here, you guys. I'm like, I can just show you. So these are some of the spikes that come off of the sea urchins. These were from Tahiti, but then you can drill them. So in Hawaii, we do have similar. I don't have any at home. These are shells that you can also, these are cone shells. And so we drill them, and then you can use these for jewelry as well. Now, one of the native woods that we have in Hawaii is koa. Koa is an acacia wood, very hard, and the way that the koa, what makes it special, the way that the grain and the way it grows, it makes it, oh my God, so beautiful. So I met a guy from down the street who was retiring, Randy, and he had gotten a laser cutter about maybe like 7 years ago. And I was like, hey, since you're retiring and you're my neighbor, can you make me some stuff? And he's like, sure, sure. And so we started doing pieces like these. So these are made in Hawaii. The wood is not, so a lot of times koa, acacia wood, is found in the Philippines too. And they will be called koa wood, but those are not grown in Hawaii. These are definitely grown in Hawaii, the trees. And these are like the pieces. Hold on, let me refocus. Okay, these are pieces that Randy has done for us. You know, it's really funny. I'm like running around as if I'm entertaining you in my home. So I'm like a couple hundred comments behind. Um,
Someone also suggested lava beads as
oh,
creative.
okay, hold on. Let me show you some lava. Now, in Hawaii, we have a tradition of not taking lava. Miss Nancy, did you see my lava sample? It is a black. Oh, here it is. Thanks, Nancy. It's black. Now, I just got to tell you a funny story about pikake, the jasmine flower. If you come to Hawaii and you get a pikake lei, you guys scored because that is hard to harvest and find, and it takes some really good care in your neighbor's yard. And they smell so delicious, and it takes hundreds to make a lei. So when we put it in our jewelry, which I'll go back to right now, those are carved mother of pearl. We love the representation. So everybody out there from Hawaii, if you went to prom, like anywhere in the 60s, 70s, 80s, or even the early 90s, did you guys get a pikake lei? Because I definitely had one for junior prom. Nancy's nodding her head.
I insisted on it.
And then the guys would usually wear maile, which is what is maile called in? It's like a tobacco smelling leaf. It's so beautiful. So the boys would wear like a wrapped longer style of the leaves, and the girls would have like a pikake. And so, oh, this is the pikake necklace that Michelle designed too. It's one of our kits. I'll bring it up closer. So we don't have a lot of gemstones. We do have a family member of peridot. Um, there's called olivine. So olivine is a gemstone that you need volcanic activity to have it. And we have some of the most wonderful volcanoes right in Hawaii. So when I'd visit my grandma on the Big Island, Hawaii state, Hawaii Island, I used to spend time digging in her black lava gravel, me and my brother, picking up teeny bits of olivine, and it took us so many summers to fill just one mayonnaise jar. So we do have olivine, which is the sister of peridot. We do have shells like puka shells. Puka shell is basically, imagine a cone shell that's been worn down and worn down till you get the flat part of just the cone, and then there is a hole that starts to wear through it. If you guys want to see puka shells, let me know. I have some in my house and I can bring it out if you're not too sure what a puka shell is. Um, Let me move my koa earrings. What else? And so with the indigenous or other native things. We do have seeds. Rudraksha does come from Kauai. There is a place. I don't have any of those. That comes from a sacred area. I would love to get one so I can make a mala for myself, though. I think that'd be lovely. Oh, and then you have my bead dad, Calvin Orr, who makes Lamport glass beads. And so those are from Hawaii. Susan says, will you teach sea urchin needle projects? Girl, you know what we think we should do? You and I should go on YouTube and look, because I bet you somebody else is teaching sea urchin needle projects. One thing about beading, and this is a really wonderful segue to talk about being creative and being original. I don't think there's such a thing. I think that being creative is following your own flow. And if that means you're copying someone or learning from someone, that is homage, that is paying respect to the standing on the shoulders of giants, of everyone who came before us. And they also did the work. They also did a lot of the research. And then they shared it and they taught it for the sole purpose of us being able to get it. And then our responsibility is to reteach it and share it to as many people. I believe that greatly because that's how you build community. That's how you build mindfulness and that's how you build love, right? That's how you get that feeling that we're all together in something. So when I say let's go on YouTube and learn it together, I don't ever mean let's go and steal people's ideas or copy because over the years, yes, we've been copied. Yes, people have done it without asking and retaught things. And I've learned to say, hey, you know what? It's okay because we are all in this together. And it's really such a short ride, you know. We can spend our time fretting or we can just go, what is the next idea? What is the next thing we're going to do? And I hope you guys enjoy that journey with us because there is no hardly any original ideas when it comes to taking a string and a bead. It's got a hole. You're going to poke it at one point or another. And that is the basics of what we're doing. And, you know, I think it's just awesome. Oh, someone said, I left halfway about the lava bead. Okay, so lava in Hawaii is part of it's not just lava coming from the ground. We have a goddess in Hawaii named Pele, and a lot of the spiritual guides and goddesses and gods in different cultures, indigenous cultures especially, you know, there it's not just a totem, but it's a belief system as well. And to honor the land and to honor nature, there is a feeling that the lava, and I want to explain this in a really easy way, like a layman's terms, and I don't want to step on any cultural feet. But basically, when you take the lava off the island, it is not good luck for you. And it could be a Hawaii thing only, perhaps. I'm not sure if it applies to the Philippines, Indonesia, or all of the islands with the Ring of Fire, Easter Island, and you know, all of those, because a lot of the lava that you see now are all coming from the Ring of Fire area where the volcanic activity is still active. So I think it just depends on how you feel. I grew up in Hawaii. I will never take lava. How about you, Nancy?
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
never.
no. I've heard so many stories about people mailing it back to the parks or to the bus companies that they toured with. And yeah, as Susan put, lava is sacred. And I think every different culture has things that are sacred, things that they want to keep um, in a personal way for whatever reason. And I honor that. Andrew wants to see pictures of my prom outfit. Oh my God, I'll totally post it. So I don't know why I have it, but I had my hair super gelled into the shape of a hat, Andrew. So my hair was a black hat. So it looks like I'm wearing a hat in my prom picture, but it's really my hair that my hairstylist gelled for me. I know. Oh, I did not have the pikakele with that one. Oh, Kim Crawford says, "Oh, please show puka shells. I find many people in the States confuse cowrie shells with puka shells." Oh, okay. And the word puka means whole. And so a puka shell basically is a worn down cone shell. I'm going to show you some cute strawberries to look at. Check this out while I go pick up some puka shells. So those vintage glass beads are from my vintage glass bead collection. Those are anywhere from 70 to 90 years old. And I love vintage glass. I mean, glass is how I started. It was my true love. I actually I didn't intend on opening a bead store. What I thought I was opening was a lampwork store so I could teach people how to make glass beads. And I was all excited about that until the fire department, they didn't allow that to happen. And I had to quickly switch my plans. But oh my gosh, I was all about glass. And so that glass bead earring is so cute. I only had around like 8 strands, 8 mini strands of 8 mini strands of those glass beads. So I used them all to share with you guys. So these are these. puka shells. Now, a cowrie bead is different, or a cowrie shell is different. I don't know if I have any at home. Oh, here is the vintage glass. And a Givre style. I don't know if my French is that good. My Pidgin English is much better than my French. So it has the pink glass. Let me get focused. And it has a vintage cap, which is another flower we put on top on sterling silver and a cute little bicone. So these are really limited. We did it with green toppers. These beads on the top are only about 15 years old. So those are not older than me. These are older than me. I'm 50. These are younger than me. These are older, and the crystals on the inside are Swarovski. So if you want pink pineapples, which I think are so sweet, we have that kit on our website as well. And here is puka shells, which is the cone shell after it's worn down. And sometimes this part will crack off and it gets smaller. So that's why you can have different sized puka shells. I mean, when it's been rumbling around in the ocean for years, hundreds of years, they will get worn down. And so a natural puka shell is when the hole naturally forms. So I try to use those. Aren't those so cute? Okay. Janine says, what drill bit would you use to drill sea urchin spines? Let's see, Janine. Oh, okay. So we have these ones that look like twisty pieces of wire. So you would use that to start the hole, and then you would go and make it larger with the reamer. So you can text us or email us about that, and we can give you the drill bit size. That would be good. So are the lava stones for all the necklace and bracelets we have here in the States synthetic? No, no. Some of them are. So I found out recently, like there are like fake lava. I was like, oh my God, who'd want to buy fake lava? Who wants to sell fake lava? Lava is just so abundant, right? Because any place that is having volcanic activity, which is tons of places, can get lava. Lava turns into the stone we know as basalt, and basalt is what you know why lava beads are so awesome for aromatherapy is because if you imagine the lava's bubbling and it surfaces, all those pukas, all the holes in the lava are so wonderful to catch all your essential oils. So we specifically make sure that ours are from Indonesia because I kind of don't want to sell anything that's like a fake crumbled up resin packed lava again. Though, let me teach you something right now. Shell. These, you're going to see them all over the place and they're going to be called shell, but they're not shell like this is shell, okay? This is I think this one's a paua shell. So these are reconstituted, broken little ground up bits of shell that they use resin to put back together. Then you'll see people call them shell, but what they should be calling them is reconstituted shell. When you pay a price for something that's like it's too good to be true, just mind you, it is. And if you're getting it for cuteness, if you're getting it like I love them, I think they're cute. But if you're getting it because you think that they're quote real, please, please always ask. And if I find, no one's asked this yet, but how to pick vendors. But I find that if you can't reach a human being, don't buy it because there might not be somebody on the other end that can actually tell you something about the piece. I like to be able to tell you who I bought it from, where we got it. Like the sandalwood in this particular kit. Oh, I have a little story about that. The sandalwood comes from India, and the woman that I buy it from has started this place for Indian women that are widows that lose their status in life after their husband dies. And let me change the camera so you can see. Oh, I hope that you are seeing the shell example of what a real shell is. And these are the reconstituted ones here. And this is real shell. And these are the sandalwood beads from India that I wanted to tell you about because the woman that I get it from has employment and homes. She's from the US, went over there with all this wonderful intentions and set up a place so that they could have jobs stringing the beads for her business of exporting. Isn't that awesome? Tell you, people out there are doing such great work. People out there really do care. And I think I think it's so important that we all participate. So Diane Knopf says, how do you drill shells? So if there's already a hole in it, Diane, you can just start, you can take a reamer, which is a triangular shaped tip, and make the hole bigger. Okay, so Deb asked me if I would do a drilling class. We can do an on a live or replay, whatever you guys want, drilling class and take different things that you suggest you'd like to see holes in, whether it be glass, shells, or whatnot. So here's what we can do. Joy, who helps me with social media, we will put a poll on our Bead Gallery Ohana page and we'll ask, what do you want to see drilled? And then we will do a live and a demonstration to show you the different kinds of drill bits. Can we do that, Nancy?
Sure.
Okay, if you can type a little note about that, go to the Ohana and Joy, if you can post that today, a poll about what kind of drilling action would you like to see us do? We have 3 different kinds of drills. Um, do we now? Well, we have 2, sorry, a fast one and a slower one. And the difference in power makes a huge difference. So go to the Ohana page and we'll put the poll up and I'll find out what you guys want to see happen. Or should we put it on the Bead Gallery page, Nancy? Let me ask Nancy.
Yeah, sure.
The Bead Gallery page? Okay, you won't have to go far. Just go to our Bead Gallery page. But if you want to make friends, join the Ohana page because that's where all my gals, some guys, we need more people of every gender to come and hang out with us, man. Because beading, here's a little story. Beading, people are like, it's a woman's craft. And I'm like, BS. It is not. Jewelry making is not a woman's craft. Do you know how lucky we are to stand in this day and age and make jewelry and be respected and recognized for it? Because 200 years ago, 400 years ago, women didn't have jobs in the crafting where we could take leadership and ownership in it as a business or even in it as a creative director. These were men. Think about all the men in royalty who are wearing all the jewels, who was designing the clothes, who was making all those, oh my gosh, even the houses of like that are run are men led. Anyhow, that's for another live, isn't it? So just want to point out that that we live in such a good time. And I think that's my basic point. We live in such a good time. So Janine says she feels drained of energy and her brain is in a fog. Janine, I felt like that this morning. I slept a couple hours. I was so excited for you guys. And let me show you something else. This is one of my favorite pictures that I got out last night. So I do every aspect of this business. I don't think I have to, but I want to. So I love doing the photography, the website, the video production, the editing, the YouTubes. I do as every aspect of it because I love beads. I love it so much. If the only way I can get it out to you guys is to do every aspect, I will. So I just want to show you that this photo made me so happy. It made me feel like you could just reach out and touch it. And I do feel drained of energy and my brain is in a fog, even with following my passion. So, what you could wear, Miss Janine, is smoky quartz for one. Smoky quartz is a wonderful stone. Okay, if you see me raise my hand, it's just so that I can tell the camera to refocus. It's not like I'm, or hi. So, smoky quartz is great for focus because when I'm in a fog, it's hard to focus. You could also wear some black tourmaline. Black tourmaline is very, very grounding. Now, the black stones come in like black agate, black spinel, black tourmaline, black obsidian, the silver sheen obsidian, the rainbow obsidian. There is jet, tektite. There is terahertz, hematite. I mean, there's so many black stones, right? My personal favorite is black tourmaline. Now, tourmaline has a really wonderful hardness to it. Every stone has a hardness level. It goes like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And they used diamonds when diamonds used to be the hardest as the 10. The first one, I think, is something like chalk. So just imagine in your head, every next number can scratch the prior. So 2 can scratch number 1. Number 3 can scratch number 2. So when it can scratch it, it means the prior number is the softer stone. And then you have this gauge of hardness. Did you know that, Nancy? Isn't that interesting? So when you have a diamond, they're basically saying that number 10 can scratch all the other ones. So black tourmaline is pretty high up and like a 7, I think, 7, 8-ish on the, it's called a Mo scale, MOH. Google it. I love Google. I love Wikipedia. Do you know I donate every time they ask me for money because I couldn't live without Wikipedia. So shout out to Wikipedia, you guys. Um, so then you have all these numbers, and black tourmaline is a little bit harder than black agate. So black spinel is a harder stone too. I like wearing the harder black stones versus like black lava. Black lava is on the softer side. When you wear a harder stone, you can also imagine it like armor, something that's stronger, more protective, more deflective, something that the energy is coming towards you and you can be like, it bounces off and away. You say, take your own energy, it belongs to you. Please don't forget it as you leave. So that is what I wear the black tourmaline for in terms of if the energy around you is being drained by your environment. One other thing you can do, and this is a feng shui kind of thing, is put running water in your home so that you can have activity and motion. You can put other metal objects like light catchers because that will also create energy and motion. If the kind of draining of energy you feel is more like tiredness and sluggishness, a little more of the depressing type of side. So then you can do some different techniques with that. More energetic raising beads could be greens. The greens are about growth, abundance, change. So you may also want to see if that the greens could liven you up. Green should remind you that even if we go through the stages of beginning to end, right? Death to renewal, things will come back. The grass that's burned down by the fire, when it comes back a couple seasons later, it's green and lush and we're all like, oh my god, and it just makes you feel so happy. I think that's why spring inspires all of us. We are just so excited by the abundance, the new opportunities, and just all of that. um Oh, you're welcome, Patty. I was just going to say some of the experiences that I've been beading now for 25 years, is just so you know where I'm coming from, is I have forayed into feng shui, astrology. Um, I am I do healing work, and I was a minister for a while, but I let my license lapse in the last 10 years because I realized I didn't have time to perform marriages the way I wanted to. What else? Kim says, this is super important too. If you're going to attempt to drill shells prior to the talk, wear protection, as seashell dust is toxic to breathe in. And any dust is toxic to breathe in. Thank you, Kim. So, all of our drilling videos that you'll see on YouTube, we always drill underwater. You will never see us drill above land. So, please keep that in mind. It protects your drill bits, and so that they won't wear down and all the diamonds won't wear off. And two, it protects your lungs. Freshwater pearls and pearls are the most dangerous because if you go and Google it and you look up how micro tiny the fibers are that you're inhaling from the pearl dust, don't do it. Don't do it. Okay. So either wait, watch one of our videos, or let's see. What else can I tell you? How do you keep color maintenance on pikake beads after in the jars? The mother of pearl shells will be fine. They've lasted through the ocean. They used to house little things in there that were eating, but I'm not sure what kind of pikake beads you're talking about, Susan. So text me or email. Okay, I'm looking through all the notes. Motorcraft says, do I recommend the coil wood charms be sealed or something to preserve? Well, it is wood, and we do have ours sealed. So Randy does put a sealant on it. And even we have one other really nice lady on the Big Island who does the Honu earrings. Haha, hold on, let me show you. And that one is also koa sourced from the Big Island. And yes, if you are going to be in an area that it's going to be getting wet, like you're hiking in a forest, maybe don't wear your wood earrings. Don't leave them out in the rain. Protect them the way you would a wooden treasure box. Yeah, like if you had like a jewelry box or something, protect it in that way. I do have a lot of inexpensive wood though, like my wood beads. Oh my gosh, hold on. Let me see if I can run and find my wood bead bracelet that I've been wearing for years. And the beads are actually smaller because they wore down so much. I love it. And I think that's part of the attraction for me is when things wear down with natural wear. I mean, I think we've been taught for so long that you want to keep things preserved. Keep the plastic on your furniture, right? I grew up hearing that from some of my friends' families so that it can be as just as good when you are done with it 30 years later as the day you got it. Or my mom, line all your shelves or cover the table before you. But then I was like, what about enjoying life and the wood grain? What about enjoying somebody else's craftiness? What about enjoying that part? So here's some of my wood beads. I unfortunately couldn't find it, but you can tell. Here. Look at how worn these are versus this new sample. Can you see how like rough and soft? They are so worn and weathered. I love them so much. So much. So when you get your stuff, wear it down. Breaking is different, but wearing something down shows your intention, your love, your mindfulness, and I think it really it goes a long way to expressing and using it as a form of symbolism of who you are and what you stand for. Now, amazingly, I cannot believe I've talked this long. We have a couple more minutes, and if you guys would like me to do another live talk on our channel and I can stream it to the GBE, they're so kind, this group of people, because they're so encouraging. And I feel like we got a team. I got people behind me as we do our personal journeys with our business, with our sharing, with our love for this beading, that I would love to do more lives. So I have Nancy here who's going to tell me something.
There were a lot of compliments from people, very nice
Aw,
things that they
thanks.
said about how you're giving a lot of knowledge to them, they're learning new things, and they want you
Oh,
to
keep
do this
going.
more.
Of
Yeah,
course, I will
yeah.
definitely do this more. One thing that I would love to talk about, and this I'm going to end it with this, is about the mindful practice of beading and how healing it can be. There is a study that was done about this practice called the flow. And the flow is when we are in, it's giving me goosebumps to share it with all of you, is when we are in this place where you are just cruising and it feels so good. And to achieve this flow takes awareness and it takes interest. And the fact that you guys love beads, we already have the door opening for all of us to get into the flow. So let me explain that. The flow would be if I gave you a jigsaw puzzle that had 10 pieces in it. Yes, some of you or some of us and me including would be like, "Yeah, it's so easy. I'm going to finish it in 10 seconds. 10 pieces, I got it, right? And you're done." But do you feel like you learned anything? Do you feel like you've accomplished anything? Where is the grit, right? Where is the struggle in that? Then, what if someone gave you like a 5,000 piece puzzle? I can tell you right now, I'd be like overwhelmed and just like, oh, I don't even want to do this. That's okay. I don't have time, and that doesn't even seem pleasurable to me. So, that would be a project that is not part of the flow. The flow is finding that place where you have challenge and you have interest and it has a longevity enough to it where it keeps your interest, where there's a tiny bit of struggle that helps you grow, that you leave feeling from this project that you accomplished something. Your confidence is jacked up. Your self esteem, like how you see yourself, is I can do this. I am creative. I am a creator. I can do anything. And you take that out into other areas of your life, knowing you got your whole ohana behind you too. We're all doing this with you. And finding that flow of being in that pocket, that's something I would love to talk a little bit more about. If that's something you guys think you'd be interested in, I would like to talk about different projects like whether it be knotting, basic wire wrap, seed beading, each of those for me give me a different place to be in where my hands are active, my mind can be at rest, and I can get all the messages from my head to my heart where there is an alignment that tells me this is what I'm here for, this is why I'm waking up every day and making it to the next day, right? What are we doing? What are we here for? And these answers all they're in here. They're in us. And we just need to, spend a little time unlocking it through different techniques, different methods. But the fact that we all bead, I mean, you guys, we are so fortunate, blessed, and lucky. And I'm so happy that I was here with you today. I have a few more minutes if there is any last minute questions.
Jenny wants to know what's in the chair next to you or with you.
Oh, Waffles! Waffles, come. Come, say hi. Come say hi. Come. Let me see. Let me see if I can. Hi, Waffles. Hi, aunties. High five. Over here. She's like, where? That's my sidekick. So she knows things are wrapping up. So she's like, all right. So thank you very much for joining me. We have Christy coming up next. Christy is another Hawaii girl. She's on another island, but I definitely enjoyed my time with you all. We did not close our store. We closed our doors a year ago. And I'll just finish with that because a lot of people ask this, why did you close your doors? The biggest decision for us after 22 years in business, our last one was with our doors closed, was we wanted to be able to protect our family. Most of our customers have been with us for 2 decades or more, and they were older women. And we didn't think that it was worth the risk for them or for us to share, an illness we had no idea about. And we decided to pivot into doing more online, more education, more tutorials, and just seeing how we could make it with phone call sales. And we made it, you guys. We made it. We made it to the point that our lease end, we could barely afford that one. We found a better place, bigger, less rent, wonderful property owners. And it just says the life is saying, keep going, don't give up. So there are messages constantly happening, and we are going to keep going. We're not going to give up. We hopefully will be moving to private appointments with the immunizations coming up. And I just want to tell everybody that we cannot wait to meet you. And I look forward to doing any kind of work with you that you are interested in. Any kind of work, whether it be beading, healing, meditation, or just, hanging out together in a live. We are here for you. We are the Bead Gallery, Honolulu, and just sending you out so much love and aloha and thank you. Thank you so much. And in Japanese, that would be domo arigato gozaimashita. In Korean, because I now watch K drama, it is kamsamhamnida. So thank you, aloha, and we will see you very soon.